What are we doing today, Kaz?
Just chilling, like villains, in the shop, doing 8 hours of installation for this handguard.
Oh yeah, 8 hours?
No, well, if I do it. But, yeah. We got a few things lined up.
We're working on Mama Bear today.
Yeah.
What do we got?
So we've got, I'll start with the handguard. We got some handguards, matte black, to go on Mama Bear. She looks good. There's Diesel. I was just looking at the colors available, which is super cool. I could think of a couple people that would like this one there with their white builds, which I've always been a huge fan of. A couple Yamahas out there.
Different colors, eh? They make them available for different manufacturers. That's pretty cool.
I thought that was really cool. And then obviously the mount kit for that, sold separately. And then we've got our fender flares, which I am not allowed to be involved in this process because I want my bike to look good when it's done.
So these are Yamaha genuine parts here. So
OEM.
There's a couple different brands. I think there was Super ATV and a couple other ones, but I didn't really like how they looked. So I suggested these to Cass, and she bought a bunch of stuff, which I appreciate. I'm not the only one with a problem.
The first step is accepting that you have a problem, and I'm not there yet. So speak for yourself.
What else?
Kyle has a problem. We've got OEM bumpers. So we tried to get some Warren bumpers. We looked into some Bison bumpers. Unfortunately, they don't make them for the 2016 to 2018 model.
Yeah, some did, some didn't. It was very confusing, very vague. But honestly, I think we're just going to go with OEM because, I mean, you can't go wrong. They'll fit.
Look sharp.
And why are we doing bumpers, Cass?
Because I had a couple oopsies.
You certainly like to
get right up there.
Yeah,
I'm a very intimate driver.
I'm going to be very political in my comments, but yeah. So. And
I've also had people do oopsies on me, so that's why we're getting a rear bumper.
What are we talking about? Are we still talking about ATVs? so this is the Yamaha genuine part.
Wait, for my mom out there, we're not pregnant. That's not the oopsies we're talking about.
Wow.
That's not why we need bumpers.
Why do I put you on camera? Oh my God.
Okay. Yeah. Brush guards, protect our headlights.
Lights, and get a little more serious about that. So if you do have a oopsie, not the pregnant kind.
Not the pregnant.
She's a little more protected, especially the rear. The problem I have with the Yamaha is like, if someone clips you in the back, which happens quite a bit, like there's nothing there. So we just wanted to at least try and put something in the way, and we want to get this stuff done because after all this, there's more.
Oh wait, there's more.
It won't be on this video, but we have more going on. I just wanted to get some of the cool aesthetic stuff done and some bumpers and whatever else. And we also have RJWC Power Sports winch hook holder, which we might be able to put on that new bumper. With her current setup, we can't really. So I think it'll make more sense there. So all sorts of little. By the way, nice shirt.
Oh, thank you.
We have some shirts coming along too.
One more thing.
Gotta get the safety plaid out of the way.
We just finally, after a year and 3 months,
something like that.
Yeah, so like 15 months after driving this thing pretty hard, we just had to do the front brakes. We just did the rear diff was leaking, so we had all the seals replaced. So that was a little.
If you're gonna pull the diff out, it might as well be replaced. But we have so many other projects that we just had to let Yamaha do it.
Yeah, so Banvos hooked us up there, and they did all that fine work, and we didn't have to. So just to let everyone know that the Yamaha did need some maintenance. Yeah,
it's not perfect.
After 15 months.
For those wondering in the trapping videos, it was just an injector code, and it was easily solved. It's not a big deal. So it was actually running fine. I think the computer was just a little confused. It's not a big deal. But yeah, the seal, the entry seals for like the prop shafts on both diffs were leaking. So like Cass said, they were ripped out of there. And if they're out, like the other two seals are like $13. So we're like, yeah, just switch those two. So
a little bit of preventative maintenance.
All new seals, all new fluids, front brakes because you hammer the front brakes a lot. Sliding into people's quads.
Half the time.
Yeah, she just hits the front brakes because they work better. But yeah, I think we're gonna start tearing down and doing some stuff. Oh my God, lighting.
Oh.
Oh, GoPro problems. Yeah, so I think we start with, I don't know what I'm doing.
Handguards.
Nah, let's save that for the end in case we have like a lot of trouble or something. That at least those will be
At
easy.
least we accomplished something, yeah.
Knowing us though, everything will go really well and the handguards won't somehow. Which is somehow more annoying. Let's do an easy rear bumper and see if it even works with the tiger tail, because I'm not sure yet. We might be slightly disappointed. We are certainly going to find out. Here we see the wild Mainville working in the garage.
Oh, good job, guys.
Not a whole lot of loud noises.
There's like air coming out. Craft dinner. They don't have that in the States, I don't think.
You're on the clock, Cass.
Where's the other one?
You're billing the customer. Let's go. Oh, don't stress out.
Don't zoom in on
You got that in backwards.
No.
I'm just kidding. You're doing great.
Oh, yeah. Jesus.
No,
Is it stripping?
no, it's just tight. All right, that's not gonna work.
Impact?
No, we don't. We're not pulling out the air impact for that, Cass. We're just gonna go over here and do the old manual. Probably a low battery, so you can do it. Are you strong, Cass?
Strong-willed.
You're gonna need this. You're not gonna have a great time like that. What was the last time you tried helping?
My 2-inch lift.
Yeah. Well, it's still on, so that's good. You can do it, Cass. Come on. You gotta support it.
Yeah!
Just leave it like that.
I'm gonna break this one.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
hold it here, support it here, or you're gonna have a bad day. That's how you bust knuckles and you look like me.
Like this, or I don't want to crush my knuckles.
No. You can't do that. You got to support it right here.
Okay. Oh my God. Here, let me volunteer to camera hold.
It's okay, Cass.
This is what you learn in school. I didn't go to school.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
School
how to be
teaches you
strong.
How to have decent grip.
Leverage. Makes it look so easy. I'm like, I can do this.
It's okay, Cass. I'm just glad you're helping.
He says, yeah.
Alright, so it should be pretty easy. Now we just do the thing with this, slap that on, and you're good to go, right?
Yeah, should be.
I don't know. Where's the farther than I want it? So we got her to work. The bumper was in the way. I originally made it so this thing was tucked in as far as possible. It's hanging out farther than I'd like for sure, but there's no other way we can put it unless I'm not seeing something, but I can't tuck it the way I used to. How is that a joke?
It's in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Everything's sexual with you, Cass. You're a deviant. Ugh. So, what I would try and do maybe, because like right now it's pretty well flush with the tires. I don't think it's going to get in the way of a wheelie or anything. Maybe this part. What I do with my bike is I actually store the hook somewhere up high. And you don't seem to have that. Because when we're in the mud, like up to here, you don't want to go looking for it. You want to grab it. So if we can do something like that, I can remove this like on mine, which is right here. Because we tried a bunch of different things, but we got her to work.
Maybe we'll use that RJWC winch hook holder in the back.
Yeah, maybe, eh? Just have it like... Yeah, we're gonna find out, but rear bumper, complete.
Yay! What you doing?
Putting on our RJWC Power Sports. It's for winch hook holders, but we're gonna use it for our tiger tail to keep it up high on the bike like I do with mine. It's pretty solid there now. So
Look at that extension though.
we can have the hook up here. It's basically the idea.
Easy access.
Exactly. We're gonna have to get rid of this little thing. I just want less sticking out is the idea.
Easy.
Yeah, cool.
Easy. Another hole here.
Looks like we got her all figured out. And Cass was just pointing it out. Technically, I could drill another hole back here and shove this a little farther back, but we'll see how she works. I mean, ultimately, right now, the way it's sitting is really barely sticking out, and she would have to be wheeling looking at the sky in order for that to be an issue. So it's out of the way. And then, yeah, we took off the little hook mount here, and we brought it up here, and I think that looks pretty good, actually. So now when, you know, you're in the mud up to here, you can just grab your rope. It's right there, good to go. And she has a little more protection, just a bit. Yeah, honestly, that's probably gonna stop whatever, so not a big deal. Little something, moving on to the front. Back to work. Gotta do your front bumper now. So, yeah, the heavy duty Yamaha brush guard. And this is the stock bumper. Cass is not going to make noises. I have to pull off the plastic skid plate, and then there's a bolt back here, bolts on the top, and bolts on the bottom. The only tricky part is there's the winch mount plate and everything else going on in here. So I'm not sure if we can work with it in it. It does have to be unbolted at least, and then we will swap bumpers essentially.
We'll see.
There's a little more involved on this one, but yeah, we'll see how this goes, eh?
One thing I'm a huge fan of that I just noticed while we were installing the rear one is that they've done us a huge favor and capped off these open cavities here. Whenever I'm cleaning my bike, an insane amount of mud comes out of that.
Yeah, you
always.
just shoot it in this side and it just like blop out of the other.
But it's so annoying because I know that just a bunch of crud is held in there.
What I don't understand is why they didn't cap these off. It's the same manufacturer that makes these, but they capped off the ends, which is nice, you know? And same with the rears, super nice.
So
I'm sure we're gonna lose them or something though, but.
More to follow.
So yeah, I'm gonna start by removing the bottom skid plate and start pulling some bolts out of here, and if I know anything else that you guys need to know, I'll show you. But ultimately it's pretty simple. I mean, that's kind of the nice part about dealing with OEM though, is you know for sure it's gonna line up unless you screwed your bike up, which I just had a look underneath the skid plate. You've definitely hit a few things.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
You've got like 16.5 inches of clearance, but somehow you're hitting stuff.
Rock bottom. No, just kidding. I just want to point out Kyle's ability to use a crawler under my quad. So, just chilling. I think that's funny.
I know it's a bit of skipping time, but check that bumper out, folks. I'm telling you right now, that was a lot easier than I thought it would be. You literally have the top 2 bolts, 4 bolts underneath that are just holding onto the sides, and then you have 2 bolts at the bottom of your plate there. Your plate actually stays where it is, and you can just slide the bumper in and put it on. But I mean, this thing is wicked. I don't know where my teammate went, but I'm still slinging away at this. So yeah, that's pretty freaking heavy duty. I love it. Honestly, fitment, it probably took me, I'd say 20 minutes to rip the bumper off and put the new bumper back on, just being careful about it. So I mean, yeah, Much nicer. I love the Yamaha powder coat, same as everything else. They're very consistent with their products like that, so very happy with that. Found a new way to put tied up paracords tree hugger there on. That's what we use them for anyway. He uses them as winch extensions, but we like them for trees. But yeah, so the next thing I guess is fender flares. Start fitting those up, see if I can do that alone, all those fiddly little bits. But start drilling more holes in this thing. It's not the first time I've drilled holes in it, snorkels and whatnot, but yeah, I think this is really filling out the look that I was looking for. And then we'll see if those power mods are what we want. We'll put them on, see if they work, where they fit, because I mean the handlebars are pretty busy as it is. You know, we added a mud strap and everything like that, so we'll see how they fit, see if they're worthwhile, see if they look cool. Because that's half the battle. You got to look cool when you're doing stuff, right? Yeah, really, really happy with that. So we'll move on to the fender flares. I'm going to do some testing and fitting and see how it all works out. I've already kind of mocked one on to see if everything works out the way I want it to, and so far so good. I'm impressed. So hi. So we're doing the fender flares, and I realized I wasn't taking video because my partner left me. Where did you go?
The neighbor had apple pie squares.
You didn't bring pie?
There's still tons.
So yeah, I started fitting one and I'm like, where is she? Where is she? And I'm still working. Anyway.
I'm back.
We have some fender flares on. We have the first one done, the first front, and I wanted to get a rear so I knew what I was talking about. And the molds that they get, so these are also from Yamaha. The molds that they give you, they line up on both ends. So what I did is I just lined up like the rear, for example, and it just, you know when it fits. I drilled a hole there, put that one in, and then I went along to see what part actually made sense. So for this one, I did a middle one and then a bottom one. And that way I know everything's right where it should be. And then I just started drilling holes and I'm putting all the little bolts in. But I like them. This little 700 Yamaha single piston screaming fury mama bear is turning into this like...
People get upset now when we say little. My little 700. They're like, it's not little anymore.
It's little.
I think they're right though.
Like, everything's based on engine size for me, so... Like, yeah, it's a big board. I'm a Yamaha... I know, Yamaha fans are going to be all in the comments. Screw you, Can-Am guy. I know. But it is... You know, baby power.
Yay.
But plenty of torque, does a good job. Spins 30s, you know. So now we actually
Dirty
have
30s.
big fender flares and bumpers, and you know, this bike's turned out really good. I'm excited for the next video we do. The biggest upgrade I think we've done to this machine is coming next. It's something this machine desperately needs. Don't just turn it off.
No, I'm not.
Oh. Oh, you're actually running out of battery there.
I am. I was going to tell you after the shot.
Yeah, we're so professional.
I know, right?
Shot videos. This is Mainville. See ya. Guys, it's hot. It's a good thing we're wearing these performance shirts.
Ooh.
Soon to be available.
Moisture wicking. Loose fit.
But yeah, everything's done here now. I don't know how much lighting is screwing this up, but we're going to have a final shot outside to compare befores and afters, but it is so cool. It looks mean. Like, oh, the lighting's balls. But we'll show you outside. But that part's done. So now we're going to try and put those Power Mad handlebars on. And the reason I say try, like I mentioned before, the handlebars on the Yamahas are really busy. So we're going to see if we can sneak it in somewhere, depending on how the bracket works. I like them. Cass never really trusts me when it comes to taste, but...
I can see it. I can see it.
It's going to look cool. The only thing with her quad is there's a lot of stuff already up here, so we don't exactly know how it's all going to work out, but we're going to start diving into that next. And then I think I got to put a quiet core in your RJWC. We have a quiet core here to do too. So this is just to drop a couple decibels in the RJWCs. This is the older version. Now they have the crossflow exhausts, which are different. So we're going to put that into her exhaust just to try and knock a few levels, because the mono piston is just so loud. Way louder than the Can-Am here. Like absurdly loud.
So loud.
So loud. Did I say that?
Loud.
Okay, well, let's fiddly about with the handlebar stuff. Oh, hey, so we got the Power Mad units on. It was a little bit of a struggle, but we got her to go. So I basically had to loosen off the throttle and I put it underneath. It actually fits quite perfect just under there, but you have to have this off in order to put it in there, tighten it down, and then put this back on. So everything's good there. This side was a little more simple. There isn't a whole lot of room on these handlebars, but I put it right up against the light switch and everything. So those actually turned out great, and Cass loves them. For the Fender flares, because we're running 30s, I had to chop a chunk here. See that? I just chopped a chunk because I know when she does sweet, cool, badass stuff that when this compresses, she'll hit. So I took a huge chunk out of it. Yeah, I gave a little bit of sandpaper and it's good to go. But now we're gonna pull it out and do some beauty shots and compare it to the other. Oh my God, sunlight, can't see you.
I thought you were high-fiving me. Can we please?
It's so dark, you look like Justin Trudeau doing blackface. There it is. What a monster. You happy with it?
Yes, I'm so happy with it. My friend asked me just recently too. She's like, is that bike ever going to be done? And even with all the work we did today to it, still not done.
It's never done.
No.
We have the new Power Mad. Front and rear Yamaha genuine bumpers.
Yup.
All of the
Fender flares.
Also Yamaha genuine parts.
So all OEM.
We also rejigged some things that we really like doing. We have the Tiger Tail sorted out, and we're using the RJWC Power Sports winch hook holder. So we're good to go that way.
We didn't end up putting in the quiet core just yet. Bugs. Kyle's got to put the repacking in his exhaust, and then we're going to do the quiet core at the same time, so that'll be in our next.
And we have another really big upgrade coming up soon.
I'm so excited.
Not just for your machine, for my machine too.
Gets here Tuesday.
They're all prepped. And yeah, next week all the pièce de résistance comes in on Tuesday. So.
La joie de vivre.
And I'm telling you right now, it's the biggest upgrade we can do for this machine, period. It's the one thing it's severely lacking.
Yes.
So I'll let you guys think about that.
I'm so excited. I just want to, I know there's a bunch of people next door right now, and I just want to like rip out.
What a monster. Well, we should get some fuel in it and enjoy it now. It's good to go.
Thanks, babe. Bye, guys.
That was a terrible high five.
Okay, let's do it again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. Yes.
That was better. You got to watch the elbow. That's the trick.